this is the kind of moments where I think I would have loved to be the first speaker, because now that I heard you, I feel totally in a different world. I don't know if I'm going to remember everything I wanted to tell you, but I will try. So when I looked at the lineup of this event, I was really excited because all the wonderful people, I'm sure, have amazing stories. And I'm the kind of person who loves to listen in order to see. So I listen in order to see the different possibilities. I listen in order to envision what maybe I had never thought is possible, but then becomes reality. So maybe some of you are thinking right now, okay, Claire, this is very nice. You just started and you're confusing all of us. What does it mean? This doesn't make sense at all. How can you listen in order to see? So maybe a little bit of my background, just to come back to Ivona's point to learn more about me, even though I'm not going to tell you everything. So the way I define how I go through life and how I grew up, for me, is listening to stories has always been combined with imagination. So I've listened to many, many stories, to incredible accounts, to countless facts, and I always managed to kind of take them into my mind and make images out of it. So there's one term, one word in my mother tongue, which is called Kinyarwanda, so that's my mother tongue. And this word translates into either myths, proverbs, or even tales, and that word is imigani. And the way I remember imigani as I was a child is that adults would tell us different stories every now and then, and all these stories all had a hidden message, some sort of lesson that we had to learn. But for me, honestly, I never remembered all these lessons. What I remembered were always these stories, because I would constantly have images in my mind. And as far as I can tell, this is probably the way I started to be fascinated or attracted by storytelling in the beginning. So fast forward many decades later, today, I won't tell you how old I am, but you can imagine. I somehow became a storyteller, and storytelling through podcasting. So I just want to make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about. You all know what a podcast is, right? Of course, exactly. So this audio medium, this digital audio medium, is, in my opinion, a way to help us, or a means to help us continue to share our own experiences, our knowledge with other fellow humans, right? And the fact that it is really widespread, I can actually reach out to someone that I have no idea about their existence anywhere in the world, anytime when they want. And since we're celebrating women today, I want to share about a few of the women that I spoke with, some phenomenal women who have really inspired me as well. And so the last few conversations I had a few months ago, so I spoke to 5 different women. Their names are Fatoumata, Danielle, Elise, Sasha, and Alia. And these 5 women have one thing in common. So what they did is they became entrepreneurs because they didn't find within the healthcare system the care and the support that they needed for what they were going through. Now, this is no surprise at all if I tell you that the healthcare system, just like virtually any other system, was not designed with women in mind. Okay, that's a fact. We all acknowledge it, right? And the thing is, so they have developed solutions in order to fill that gap for themselves, but at the same time, they're also helping thousands and thousands of other women who are going through the same things. And these are things like endometriosis. So I see someone making a sign, 1 in 10 women, and statistically speaking, if we look at this room, there's at least one person, right, who is affected with endometriosis. Their solutions are also looking at supporting women with PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome. One of these other founders has also developed treatments to help women who are facing different stages of cervical precancer. Another woman has also developed solutions to help women, but also underrepresented people, easily find access to clinical trial information. And the reason why they're doing is because there is not enough research all around the world looking at conditions that affect specifically women. There is not enough taking into account patients' experiences, specifically women, when it comes to improving care. And especially there is not enough support in the workplace to help women's mental health when they go through difficult struggles like difficult fertility journeys. So what they have done is use AI technologies. They have built community. They have advanced patient-led research. They have developed non-invasive treatments that are affordable everywhere in this world, wherever you are. And to come back to the topic of the day as well, is how have they influenced me actually when I spoke to them? So they have influenced my podcasting journey in the sense that with all these stories that I have from them, I am really making every effort to partner with as many organizations as I can on one hand. And on the other hand, to also reach out to different people who have established platforms so that they can also talk about these stories. They can talk about these ventures. And we can reach even a broader audience more than the podcast, just like all of you here today. And that is important because, as you all know, knowledge is power. The more people are aware, the more people can advocate for themselves. The more people are empowered to advocate for their families, their friends, acquaintances. And even though this issue of women's health only affects women, so to speak, by the way, it's half of the population, so it's not that niche. Even though it affects women, everybody needs to know about the gender gap. And I would like to leave you with one final thought, is to say that as much as inspiration is fantastic and it can ignite a lot of things, I believe that taking action is even more important, because anybody, anywhere can act at different levels. And when you act in alignment with who you are, you can actually truly make a difference. And so I would like to say that whoever is a change maker in this room, or if you know someone who is a change maker, I am committed to share all these stories on my podcast so that I can actually help spark even more action. So thank you very much.
That's beautiful, Claire.
Thank you
so much for being here with us and for sharing your stories and wisdom with us.
Thank you.